Yeah, I'd hate to have crashed him back in the day and have him come walking over to your trailer. That probably wasn't a pleasant exchange.
No, he was very fair. I mean, he was very fair. You know, when the last race, one of the last races I did was, with him was the IROC race where Eddie Cheever went in the grass, came up and almost spun him out because, and then Earnhardt had to dodge Eddie Cheever car in the grass, but didn't lose a position in the IROC car. He came up behind him, but that cost Earnhardt a chance to win the race. And when the race was over, I'm the only pit announcer for the IROC, so I'm in victory lane with Dale Jarrett, who won the race, and they're telling me the IROC cars are pulling down pit road. They're telling me in my headset, you got to get to pit road because Earnhardt just got out of his car and is headed to Cheever's car. So I was running up pit road with my camera, and I see Earnhardt, and he's got that John Wayne kind of lope, that walk. He's headed down there, and Cheever, and he gets to the car, and Cheever's sitting in the car, and Earnhardt, and I'm literally 4 feet away now. I could hear everything. We're in commercial, we don't. So Earnhardt said, "Get out of the car." He never hit a man in the car. Get out of the car. He never hit a man in the car. Get out of the car. And Cheever said, "I ain't getting out of the car. I ain't getting out of the car." And Earnhardt said, "Get out of the car." And I told you, I ain't never hit a man in the car. Get out of the car. So Cheever realizes then there's a crowd there and he needs to get out of the car. So they put the window net down and he climbs out. And Earnhardt walks up to him and takes his big old arm and puts it around his neck like a half Nelson. And he said, "Walk with me." And excuse me. And walking down pit road, I'm listening, and Earnhardt, in typical Earnhardt fashion, said, "Man," he said, "you're an Indy 500 champion. You are an accomplished race car driver. Winning the Indy 500, that means something. That's special." He said, "You won that race." He said, "You're in a champion. He said, you don't have to do stuff like that." He said, "Man, that's how you get somebody hurt here in a stock car." He said, "You know better than that." He said, and because you're an Indy 500 champion, I respect that." and Cheever said, "Oh, hey, man, I'm so sorry."
Wow.
Happen again. It will never happen again. And Dale said, I get it, but you need to know that you're better than that.
Sure.
I mean, you're an Indy. And Earnhardt was basically telling him how much he respected the fact that he had won the Indy 500.
Sure. Well,
To this day, Cheever said, Eddie and I worked together on ABC at Indy. He said, "I never knew what to expect. I didn't know if he's going to clock me or slug me or just throw me, whatever." But he said, but he showed me, I said, I earned so much respect and admiration for him that day because of what he said to me and how he said it. He said, and I would never do that again. He said, I learned more by his words than I ever would have learned if he'd have popped me in the mouth.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, you would have just been mad at him for the rest of your career and blamed him for it or whatever the case may be.
You've been listening to the Classic Auto Mall Show with your host, Stuart Howden.